This is the first session of our Valis game. The audio is kind of screwed up on my mic, but tried to fix it as best I could. So have fun.
Against the wall of said tree cave, you see kind of a long bow and a quiver of arrows.
A quiver of arrows at your side.
Yeah, and you just see, like I said, a nice short-haired man, hat by his side, black-haired, small features, kind of gray-looking eyes, and he's just staring up at the rest of you in surprise. You've all have broken into his little tree home, I suppose.
Well, I'm going to say that one at a time they're going to come on in, so you can kind of react as you will as this storm's coming on in, the clouds coming through, lightning's going through, and you kind of, you could tell there was a storm coming in beforehand. Being a hunter and whatnot, going through everything, you're pretty aware of nature, and you could tell something was coming. The birds had already left, animals were gone, and then it came, and you were glad that you already had shelter as it is. And you're a friendly person, but someone coming on into your house with shelter during it can be a sticky situation. So play with it as you will. I guess if you guys want to, you can introduce yourselves. Either why don't you each? We started off with Billy, so as you guys come into the scene, just introduce yourself. I would say that you can either come in out. You can start talking out of person and then come in character, or however you would feel most natural.
All right. Well, off to the right, you're gonna have someone suddenly drop into your little treehouse cave that you have set up. She was following the warmth of the light through, covered in rain, kind of dripping off of her form. Looking a bit like someone who just came off of a ship out in Garask. Kind of lanky in form, someone who's had to work for most of her life. Has about 2 short swords that are kind of hanging off her waist, but she kind of like drops in like she was made to be there, and that's what she was supposed to be. And she's a bit surprised when she comes across you because she thought she was just going to a nice warm light and realized that there's someone also there. So this is Shay Morningstar, and she's gonna kind of drop in, shake off a little bit of the rain coming through, kind of look at who else is in there, like, oh, hey there.
Howdy.
Did not realize that this was an occupied trunk. How are you?
Name's Billy. Just trying to get out of the rain.
Seems like a common problem here. Mind if I share your tree?
Please, by all means.
So in the process, she's going to be shaking off the rain from all of her gear and getting nice and close to the rain, or getting close to the fire. My name's Shay.
Pleasure to meet you. I figure anybody that's caught out in that storm and made their way here is fit for these woods. What brings you out here?
Well, you know, this and that.
The best of reasons.
Always looking for some fun in this neck of the woods, if you know what I mean.
All kinds of things you can preoccupy yourself with. Got some deer, some antelope, some bear. My type of fun, anyway.
You're that kind of adventurer.
As you say this, I burst into your trunk. Hello. I realize this may be a bit of an awkward time, but I was picking herbs and didn't realize the storm was upon us, if you will. I hope you weren't engaged in anything private. Do carry on. She looks like she's got long white hair. She's got these big black goggles that cover her eyes. And there's just like vials connected to her leather armor everywhere.
Oh, honey, the more the merrier. Always looking for a party.
Yes, party, right. So,
Billy is just staring at this person who've entered, just very kind of concerned by the attire and things that they have on, but nonetheless will say, yeah, no, sure, go ahead, welcome on in.
At this point, the little hollow within the tree is getting near correct. It's nearly at its limit. There's the fire in the center of you, the three of you around it. It's pretty warm. It's outside of outside of the tree hollow. The storm is bustling about, wind whipping about. You see streaks of red lightning go through, and you hear the wind of just. It almost sounds like glass breaking and wind going through it at the same time. And then there's this smell of. It's almost metallic like blood, but there is a sweet tanginess of it that is just unnatural, and it upsets your stomach. And the smell of the fire is really kind of settling, and it's a nice warm little enclosure.
I'm a meteorologist with the Hag's Haven. Yes, the college. Have you heard?
No, I don't do school too well.
Oh, a little brainiac we have on our hands. Good for you.
Yes, thank you. I'm on sabbatical at the moment.
So were you tracking the storm before you came into our humble abode?
Absolutely, but I'm afraid I was 1 or 2 degrees off and ended up inside of it instead.
Well, lucky us.
Lucky indeed.
Oh, I have some tea, if anyone would like.
I think I'll pass, but thank you for the gesture.
Of course.
Uh,
Yeah. It's a bit warm in
You
here.
know what? I could use if you are partaking in some tea. I think I could use a little pick me up.
Alright. So as she says pick me up, I look curiously through my bag that has various dried herbs inside, and I pick up 2 leaves and I hold them up to light and compare them for a second, and then I pick one and I hold a cup outside to get some water, and then use a stick to hold it over the fire.
Your entire hand is soaked.
I
Lily's just watching to make sure they don't die from this tea.
And with every kind of wall of rain that tries to pound on there, you see Shadow kind of flinch away from the water and try and get closer into safety and closer to the fire and away from the water.
Should I
Go right in.
do mine? Okay.
Come on.
I'm so nervous. So
Darla?
you hear these really loud footsteps coming towards you, really heavy footfalls, and the sound of metal clanking. And you see this
I will say that,
glowing
yeah,
golden.
Yeah, you're basically glowing at this point.
Is this the storm?
There's something very
Terminator coming at
reflective and heavy coming towards you. And this shape fills the entrance to the tree. And 2 friendly, well, you can't see his eyes, but a friendly helmet comes into view. And he says, oh my goodness, I did not know that there would be people in a tree. Hello.
Couldn't tell by the raging fire.
So Shay would have definitely had like her hands on her at least one short sword until the voice came out and she kind of relaxed.
Don't be
She's
too
like, "Well,
hard.
honey, did you miss the invitation? This is where the party's at."
Oh, I did not know that. Hello, my name's Gantry. I'm just on my way to, well, there was some kind of golden cap that popped out, and I'm on my way to see him, I think. Yeah. Do you mind if I get out of the weather with you?
You said
Jay
it
will kind of
smart.
like shuffle across to make sure that entry has some room.
You
Of
could
course,
He tries
honey.
to enter. He tries to enter and he bumps his head.
your shoulders
He
are
becomes
like
a door.
yeah, you basically become a door. There, like about half of you is inside the enclosure, and it's nice. It's warm and it feels good. The rain running down your back is really not that big of a deal, and you're kind of just you're glad for the company.
You said something about the golden cart. Uh,
Uh, yeah.
did you meet a man? Did you happen to meet a man named Noda?
Yes, I did. He came out of the cap.
Shadow's eyes kind of, or Shay's eyes kind of flash
Very
and look between the
interesting.
two.
Of course, I was just asking.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, right. Cause I'm like a fisherman, and so I was holding my traps, and I saw this little golden carp buddy in the trip, and so I took him out, and then all this guy came out, and he said he had what I needed, which was crazy because I just had this goddess tell me she needs like $1 billion for me to restore her temple. So yeah, I thought maybe this funny gnome guy is going to help me out.
Yes, I have had some dealings with Itrian where he asked for large sums of money.
With
Seems
who?
like dear old Nada. It's around a little bit.
Itrian.
Yeah, it's
Itrian.
starting to seem that way.
Did you guys also meet this funny gnome man?
Sadly,
It seems
Yeah, he
to
was
be a sort
good
of
company.
automated advertisement.
I just
Is it
wish
a
he didn't.
spam cap?
I believe so. He stabbed my ale, kind of made me unhappy, but you know, whatever.
Yes, didn't quite taste the same after.
You remember a strong metallic note left that was very much not there before. The fire crackles between you all.
Well, I am Dr. Hidden said this. Uh, what brings you guys to the storm at this time of night?
Well, it
Uh,
appears that I came here for a similar reason. Good old good old Nada
Oh,
made it clear
made it clear
that if I popped in
that
through the
if I
area,
popped
it
in
might
through
be
the
worth my
area, it
while.
might be worth my while.
hey, Lucia, we're getting a strong echo all of a sudden. Buddy. It's gone now. Clearly, you respond to us. All right. Danny, go ahead.
I totally missed what just happened.
Um, you guys are all standing around the fire. You're all talking
Okay.
about stuff. You're all actually introducing your names and whatnot.
Hmm.
Doctor just introduced herself, told herself, and then you started talking about yourself, and then The echo.
Oh, it cut out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it appears I was brought here for a similar reason. Good little Nada decided to grace me with his presence and made it clear that if I, decided to bumble through the area, it might be worth my while. So I got on the next ride out here, and here I am.
Did he
Shay
You tell-
Morningstar.
Did he give you money?
Gave me enough to get by. Did he give you money?
Yes, and I'm very concerned with the name of his abode. It's being not alone. Sorry. With it being a not alone situation. I can't say that word. I'm sorry. In that accent. With it.
You telling me we all got visited by some weird gnome and a fish?
I am worried of
It would
maybe
seem
his
that
loan
way.
shark, his loan shark tendencies that may come close to us later.
Well, I make it a habit of mine not to owe anything to anyone. So,
Right. Well, I think if all of us met him, we should track him down. Be like, what the fuck you doing? Giving a bunch of people money that you're gonna come after them later for. And, maybe we can just, come to an agreement, yes?
So I'm just gonna pop in real quick, just for convenience sake, because I'm just gonna assume that Alex is going to be ready for longer campaigns. I'm not gonna talk in for them, but I am going to make their character visible on screen currently because they are be part of the party later. But when they come in, we're just gonna do an introduction, and we're just gonna go. If you all
Like
are okay
physical
with
attributes only.
yeah, like I'm not going to talk about their character or anything. I'm not going to pretend who they are because I don't know how they want to play their character. But I just want to pop them up because they're going to be on screens in the future.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So this is one. They are on the screen now. They are a half sea elf. That's all I'm gonna say. But they are the one with the swimsuits. Congratulations, one of you have swimsuits. I'm honestly,
always has to be one.
I'm honestly really glad that none of you do because that's so much more interesting. Because now, like, I have something that I can break off you guys. That's such a bad.
We have no need for swimming lessons in Rosewood.
Alright, now getting back to it, you guys are all around the campfire, all discussing your kind of meeting up with it. You're getting nice with the wood, the fire. The storm has kind of settled slightly until. Well, actually, you guys never actually introduced your names. So would you guys?
That's why I said my name.
Sorry,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Why don't you go around, say your names, and then I'll say what I was gonna say.
I suppose since we're all sharing a tree, we should get to know ourselves a little better. Name's Billy Bartholomew.
Oh, hey there, Billy. I am Shay Morningstar.
Nice to meet you all. I am Dr. Indensetis, as I said earlier. Cool names.
And I'm Gantry. And my name's
Seems
Gantry.
like
Which is because you see, I've got this crane coming out my chest. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm going British. I'm just gonna say it out of character. But Gantry is like part of a crane arm, and he has a crane arm on his chest. That's why he's called that.
That is a very aptly named
very fitting.
You said you are in the fishing industry. How do you enjoy?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm 9 years old, so yeah, I was well, my old man Bill, he created me to defend the town that I'm from a town called Ledgetown, and well, then the threat sort of went away. So mostly recently, I've been fishing, and I haul up the crates from the boats.
But it is not your passion to be fishing.
Oh, I love it, honestly. Good, honest work. I was born to do it, so I couldn't ask for more, really.
So what brings a fishing boat into the middle of the woods?
Well, there's sort of a spooky temple in my town. Very dilapidated, very, very much abandoned. So I like to go in there sometimes, and turns out there was still a goddess in there, and well, basically I'm her bitch now, sort of. So yeah, I'm on like a holy mission to restore her temple and stuff.
Well, that can
You
hardly
know
be
what?
called a
Shit
blessing.
happens.
Yeah, shit happens.
I think it's
Power to you.
I think it's lovely that you frequented this temple, despite its rubbishness.
Yeah, I'm
No,
a bit of a romantic.
No, we can't always choose what cards we get dealt with in this life, but if you have a little fun playing the game,
At this
might as well have
point,
some fun with it.
At this point, a large gust of wind pushes on your back gantry, and you feel like a sudden give inwards, and you have to push it back. The rain is splattering against your back, and that's when you feel like a little something, like just brush against your leg for a second, and you swear it felt almost like a twig, stick or something, and you turn around. Make a perception check.
Oh my goodness!
First roll.
Exciting.
Get the first roll, honey.
First roll.
Aw.
Oh my god, you have big
Now it's gonna take me a million years to figure out how to do this again.
That's okay.
Where's
I believe in
the
you.
roller?
We're like
So we are rolling on
I'm gonna
roll
do it.
20, correct?
We're a
I'm doing it.
Yes.
We're a little bit over a month rusty, so it's gonna take a session, but that's okay. That's what this is for.
Makes me feel better.
It's a 9. What am I? How am I doing?
It's perception.
Yeah, 9.
9. All right. You're looking about, and you don't see anything.
May
And
I
then
hear
adjust.
as I see
Nice.
him turn around?
You 1 second. As you turn back, you feel it again against your leg. You turn around and you swear that you saw something, but you couldn't tell if it was something or not. Either way, it's kind of unnerved you a little bit. It's definitely something you would mention to the party.
I wouldn't mention it.
Something that you would mention to the party.
Oh, I would mention it. Okay.
You're kind of
Oh, it feels like something's touching my leg out there.
Shay is going to visibly kind of like recoil between Entry kind of like struggling against the rain and like any kind of rain droplets that like land on Shay. She's kind of like, what do you mean something's touching you? Like rain touching you? Or are we talking about something?
No,
something else
I know what the
touching
rain
you?
feels like.
well,
Does it
it
feel edible?
felt
I'm
like-
running out of rabbits with all of you here.
I
Could have
just
been a
ate.
ribbit.
I'm okay. These, according to my studies, as I previously mentioned, there might be some unknown pieces to this storm. Perhaps it was just one of the cones that come out.
The cone?
Gantry, make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, there are giant stone cones that come out of this braiding storm.
Braiding. What am I doing?
Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
I'm
This
working
wouldn't
on
be
it.
the braiding storm that has the nice oil, would it?
Oh,
10.
10.
Yeah.
All right. You are able to pull your leg away as you feel. This time, it was almost warm. It felt warmer than before as something brushed against your leg, and it felt almost like a couple of drops going sideways, or like maybe even like a couple like strings or something hitting against your ankle. But this time, as you pull it away, you actually felt like a slight. It was almost like a tooth grazing you for a second as something came down, but like you're not sure. And as you look down there, there's nothing there, and it's kind of unnerving.
As I said, this is a magical storm, so maybe it has ill effects on the Warforged.
I will
No?
say that for the rest of you, as this gigantic golden door of a person blocks your only way from getting out of this little hut and seeing them kind of like jump as something is hitting their leg, it's worrying. It's definitely not something that is a pleasant sight to see, but it's a little unnerving. I'll just leave it at that.
Shay is uncomfortable. Has one hand on her short sword, one of her short swords. It's like, Gantry, you sure you're okay, honey?
Yeah. Is there... You said, it's a magical storm? Does that, does it rain little creatures?
At that, Billy is going to gather his bow and just say, yeah, my food is starting to get a little sparse with all y'all here, so if it's something we can eat, I definitely think I want to.
Well, Billy, I haven't heard of living creatures falling from the sky, but as the Warforged is concerned, I think it is of concern. We should definitely see what we're up against.
I will say, mechanically wise, either two of you can independently roll a perception check, not popping over their head, or if you guys want to do something else, just throw it out there. I guess before we get into it, I do allow, in my homebrew rules, I had mentioned that I do allow for, like, checks that are unconventional. So, like a strength, intimidation check or something like that. If you have something, if you can just convince me that it's fine, you're good.
Have any of you all heard of...
Yeah, Shay is uncomfortable, and she wants to see, like, the more that Gantry moves, the more that she's going to get uncomfortable. So she's trying to get a good look at what's going to happen. So I'm going to have her roll for perception.
Sounds great. What were you gonna say?
Have any of you guys heard of the rope trick? It brings you into another space for about an hour. We could hide and wait out the storm in perfect invisibility and unaccessibility.
What kind of trick would this require on my end? Because, nothing comes for free.
Really long there. You would just need to climb the rope. Do you have ability to climb?
I'm a decent climber, but I don't know people just being nice just to be nice. So I'm trying to see what else this rope can offer.
Yeah, I'm kind of with her on this one.
I can. Are you serious?
To be
I.
fair, I was doing just fine in my little treat by myself, but so I think I'm all right with your little magicy tricks.
I accept your skepticism. This rope, however, will bring us all into a place where we can view the world without actually being in it, no?
So at that point, Shay, you swear you see something behind Gantry's leg. You like to the point where you could. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You swear you see something behind Gantry's leg, to the point where you feel an overwhelming reaction to like stop them or pull them away or something like that. But then it's gone. For a split second, you see spindly legs down right behind their legs, and a blue and white body behind them. You can't get much of it as it's only like maybe a sliver about 3 by a foot long that you can see behind them of where it was. But for a second there, you saw these two spindly legs, kind of like little tiny spears, and then a blue and white body behind it, and then it was gone. Gantry, as this was happening, just completely independently, you don't recognize it between each other. You do feel another like brush against the back of your leg.
Right, so Shay is like, she's gonna see that and be like, Gantry, I'm gonna need you to crouch. And as she says that, she's gonna put her right hand out, the one that doesn't have a sword, like her hand on her sword. She's waiting for Gantry to kind of like crouch down to get out of the path of what Shay is going to attempt to do. She wants to just be at the ready, like she saw that glimpse of whatever the fuck it was, and she is not happy with what she saw. So she has like one hand like facing where she saw the little legs, and she's like trying to get Gantry to like crouch down, get out of the path, because she knows that whatever the fuck it was, it is not right, and she wants to blast whatever the hell it is if it comes back.
And if I may, while that's happening, Billy's gonna look to see whatever it is, see if it's edible or not. So
Make a
do I
perception
need to
roll.
make a? All right, cool.
I will
Oh,
crouch.
look at you.
Nice, 15.
15?
Nice.
Alright, 1 second there. In the distance, you see something. For a split second, you see you're not sure if it was blue. It's hard. Everything as you look out is black in a shade of red, though. It is almost noir-esque, the darkness around. Wait, every bit of light you see almost looks like shadowing on another image. So when you are trying to scan the atmosphere, it's very difficult. But for a second there, you swear you saw a shade of blue and a small creature, maybe 2 feet up, maybe a foot or two wide, going across your view. But it's really difficult to make anything out. And then the lightning bolt comes across. All of a sudden, you see 2 in the back. There are 2 large white and blue spiders that go across, and before the light finishes, they're not there. For a split second there, you swear they disappeared before the light.
Is Gantry out of
Yeah,
the path?
I'm in crouch.
You are crouched. I'm going to switch you guys over to the next map.
Okay.
Yeah, you're crouched. I would say from this angle. Oh yeah, if you want to go on, which show you. This is the sword. On your part of the sun. This kind of sword right. Oh, I you guys over. I'm sorry. Like I said,
You're
I'm
fine.
rusty again.
So that's what this storm is doing?
That's what the storm
Wow.
was doing. It was not pleasant out. But
You
we're
think my rope trick is worse than giant blue-and-white spider?
So,
at this point,
if-
you guys are at the tree thing. As you can see, we have you guys' characters. You should be able to move your characters as you want. I would
Oh my
say
gosh, that's so
mechanically
wonderful.
wise, you guys can have one action before anything goes on. So if you want to, as a group, decide something to do before you start a combat, go ahead.
So just the sight of like the spiders behind Gantry, and as soon as Gantry kind of dodges down, Shay is going to let loose an Eldritch Blast in the general direction where she saw like whatever the fuck it was. She doesn't know what it was. She knows that it was not supposed to be there, and she wants to blast it from existence.
Okay, so they came from right about this direction. Can you see that?
Okay. And so Eldritch Blast has a... Still getting used to attack mechanics, so I apologize.
Actually, for this one, because we're not in initiative, because it's
Okay.
not necessarily a real attack necessarily, I'm just
Right.
going to have you roll a... shoot into the storm.
It's just like a haphazard, like shotgun, like what the fuck was that? Shoot it.
Give me a D100. Give me a D100.
D1. I can do that for you.
Ooh, 48. So, as you let loose this Eldritch Blast, would you like to describe how your Eldritch Blast goes? I don't know if Eldritch Blast is a spell that can be customized very much so, of like based on your god, based on one's abilities and what that does. So, I guess for all of you, if you ever want to flavor your spells or your actions or whatnot, feel free to do so. Because if you don't, I'm going to. So if you
Okay, so you see one hand on her her left hand on her short sword. With her right hand, you see this almost lightning start to like palm at her right hand, right in her palm. And it just leaps out, like she almost doesn't even have control of it. She pointed in a direction, and she willed that lightning blast, like this kind of just weird arcane kind of blast, just like leap out of her hand and in the direction of whatever she saw that unsettled her. She's not taking any chances. She saw something that's messed up. She's going to blast the fuck out of it and ask questions later.
So as that lightning leaves your hand and strikes the ground, the entire area is, for a second, becomes visible. And you see that right next to it, nearly hit a large spider. It lands right next to it. The ground is burned black. And it stands there, shrieking. It rears up its legs. Goes invisible.
Shadow's gonna go, Actor, yeah, what that rope, what was that rope thing that you're doing? Like, when we say get the fuck out of here now, like, can we get the fuck out of here now, or what are we talking about with that rope?
Yes, I can do that.
As you start to get ready, I need all of you to roll initiative. If anyone needs me to explain anything, just let me know. Just for I am quite rusty myself, so if I forget anything, please let me know too.
So roll 20 is really nice, where I can just, if I just hit the initiative button, I think
I
it'll-
rolled so high.
Yeah, so did. Whoa!
Ooh.
Yes, guys!
Woo! I'm loving it.
Mackenzie, you're not Damascus anymore.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You don't roll twos.
You don't need to bring him into this.
How dare ya? Wow.
Also, I want to say that after Shay attacks,
I was gonna say, after
Gantry's
that
like-
lightning, like, zips past you, Gantry, sorry.
yeah. Once he realizes there's like something out to get us, he's like, "It's alright, guys. I'll protect you."
He reminds me of the. Did you I don't know. I'll find.
Wait, what the fuck?
Zaboomafoo?
No, it was like they did tasks for a town. It was like Animal Crossing the
Zaboomafoo was.
I'm thinking of like We Bare Bears or something.
show.
I
Yo,
don't
I
know.
was literally thinking of that.
Is that what it was?
See, as soon as I heard the voice, I just immediately thought, like, Korg? Is there a Korg on the team? I really want a Korg on the
There
team.
is a Korg in our presence.
We also have a Korg in real life that's supposed to be.
Hey, makes
missing
sense.
something. I'm missing
Rip.
something.
It makes dead, mate.
Right. Okay, now we're all in there. Awesome. So you have a 20 total, right? Mackenzie?
Yeah.
Doc over here. Alright, Shadow, that's a 18 for Shay. And a 15 for Gantry. Everything sound good?
Yep.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
wonderful.
Accurate.
Where? Can I turn the 3D dice back off? Where is that?
It's in settings.
It's under your My Settings.
Okay, that's good.
No, they got the one.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna
The spider poisons itself. That's a tragic situation.
All right, Billy, you're going first, and Dr. Septis, you are on deck.
Alrighty, so I suppose if Gantry is still crouched, I'm just gonna try and use them as a kind of like a bipod, and just take my bow and shoot at the nearest spider, the one that was hit by the Eldritch Blast.
So, before we go on, sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have them on. I will say that before you go on, Gantry, the spider that before that you had seen is still invisible. The entire area is completely covered in black. But as Gantry crouches down, for a second, you actually see a spider directly behind him. As this is starting, the spider directly behind you jumps up at you. They cannot get past Gantry's back, and they're standing on Gantry's back. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Okay.
They are right here.
Does Gantry count as grappled or no?
No. It is completely on their back.
Okay.
They could just stand up even and knock them off. Oh, sorry. I did not make them a token there. There they are. They're
Ooh, creepy.
Yeah,
Oh, so
they're
creepy.
very cold. That's what you notice, Gantry, is that their needle-like arms are almost like flexible and cold, but they also have a weird weight, like heavy.
This could be like, for traveler's sake, Gantry, remain calm.
I will say, mechanically wise, they are less than 10 feet away from you. And they are not in any cover. As Gantry is closed, it is right there, it is right in front of you.
She's gonna like shout that, like, remain calm, while also keeping like her glowing palm like at the ready.
While also pissing her pants.
I am cool as a cucumber. Please do not hurt me.
So,
Billy, go ahead.
Alrighty, so I guess redirecting, I will shoot at the one that's on Gantry's back,
Alright.
and I'll just say like, ugh. That's a
Are you
low.
shooting with your crossbow?
Longbow.
Your longbow. Would you like to... If you ever don't feel... So, I know I just said it, but if... I will describe your action if you don't. So, do you want to?
Yeah. We'll say because I rolled low. I'll say that I see the thing kind of leap onto Gantry's back, and I freak out last minute, grabbing my longbow, and I shoot pretty wide.
Yeah, you bring back the arrow soars through, right past Gantry's shoulder into the blackness. Just gone.
What the hell is that?
Come on, cowboy.
Nothing good. But, alright. Alright, so what you guys need to do is you need to climb the rope, the last one through, pull the rope through. Got it?
But what happens if the thing is still attached to Gantry when Gantry's trying to climb through?
Well, that
Can I
probably
hit it?
won't happen. Yes,
Am I
yes,
allowed?
you should hit it.
I will also say that there's not enough room in the tree trunk to cast it. You have to cast it outside the tree trunk.
That's not a rule.
The tree trunk is like it's 8 feet tall.
That's straight
It's
up
8
not
feet
a
tall.
rule. I'm making an extra dimensional space to climb into.
I thought, don't you have to? The rope has to bring itself upright, right? But I guess it
No.
doesn't say how.
It could be
It doesn't
resting on the
say.
ground if it's too long.
Okay, I'll let you cast it in here. I will say though, you gotta be careful with that rope. There's an active fire in the middle of this small tree.
We also have, like, unknown, slimy, creepy motherfuckers that are gonna try and climb in after us. What happens if they climb into whatever dimension you throw us into?
Well, I don't think spiders have the hands to climb a rope.
They shoot web out of their ass, man.
But it is
But
it is
can
one
they
rope.
grip?
It is one rope. They have no opposable thumbs.
Okay, so,
Can I hit the spider that's on me?
who's
Gantry, it is
up?
your
Is it
turn.
Idan?
It is.
Gantry's?
Not Gantry, sorry, it is you, Doc. Sorry, I pointed at her in real life.
So do you cast the rope?
Do you guys seem to think it's a bad idea? Do I cast the rope? Do I not cast rope?
Well, if we still got that motherfucker on Gantry, Gantry's gonna be left down here, and you seem like they might be pretty useful if we bring them through. Like, I would
No,
like
that's
to.
all right. Nah,
The
leave me
robotic
behind. No,
motherfucker.
I don't mind.
Warforged
That's okay,
are
just leave me
amazingly
behind.
durable. I can fix him up after.
You know what? If we can get this motherfucker off a Gantry and have the rope ready, let's do it.
Yes, I will have rope for later. We will see if it has use. Alright.
But I always like a way out. I like how you're thinking, Doc. Let's do that.
Alright, so I pull out the rope. It's a 60 feet hempen rope. I kiss it.
That's it.
I kiss it and then throw it into the air. And it straightens itself out. And seemingly leading to nowhere. And you swear the rope has a slightly gold shine to it.
Do you, I think you still have a bonus action.
I don't need it.
You can...
I could move, I suppose, but
I mean, you're in the hut, so you really...
I don't think I can do anything else.
Not really.
Yeah, because they tried. I'm sorry I'm not that useful yet.
All right.
Oh, bless your heart, sweetheart.
Going on, Shay, is your turn.
All right. Shay, with one hand on her short sword, is going to try and make a quick stab at the crawly-looking motherfucker with her short sword. That has finesse, so she's going to use her dexterity.
Perfect.
I think I have it set up. So she's going to do that.
Oh, that works out so well. That's so useful. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, you hit. You just barely, you're able to grab the dagger or the short sword and get right between the little chinks in its exoskeleton.
Sweet. And then, is it still alive?
Yeah. You stab into it, you hit with it, you just got roll damage.
Oh, roll damage. Sorry.
Oh, no
Still
problem.
getting used to the.
I started off with 8 new players. You're no problem.
Okay. So if I hit damage / type, will that do it?
I
No.
think it should.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh no, that was.
Oh, that didn't. That just did it.
So what you can do
Okay, it
is
says-
you can click the word short sword like on the roll catalog, and it'll roll
Yep.
damage for you.
So short sword on the.
Like in the chat screen or whatever.
Oh, like in the chat screen, hit short sword on your 14.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on.
That's,
That.
That's awesome.
Aha!
Holy
Oh,
crap.
sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
cool.
Wow.
Okay, so 7 damage.
All right, you stab into them. Your short sword enters into their abdomen, and they fall back. And it's for a second, it almost sounds like glass shattering as they smash into the ground off of Gantry's back and hit the ground. And they start wriggling about, its arms flailing itself, trying to right itself. Up next is Gantry.
Wait, do I have a bonus action?
Oh yeah, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
so I
you
have
have a
cunning.
bonus action and reaction still. And movement.
Yeah, so I have a bonus action with the second short sword I have. Is that spider still alive?
Yes, it is. It is wriggling on
Okay.
its back. I will say because it fell off the back of Gantry, it is knocked prone currently. So if you attack it again with that other short sword, you get advantage.
I can figure this out. So do advantage. I'm going to attack it again with the short sword.
13 just hits.
Just hits. So then if I hit short sword again, ass. Okay, not the best,
That
but
is
it's 4.
ass, but that was great. You take in the second sword, stab it while it's in the ground, and it wriggles more, screeching more like nails on chalkboard. Good job.
Ass.
Ugh.
Like, you crawly motherfucker!
Have any of you seen one of these before?
With Billy
No,
and his
and I would
background,
really not like to see it again.
If I
Okay,
would say
just
that
checking.
I would say that Gantry, you definitely haven't, and you, Shay, have definitely not. Billy, make a history check. You could have seen this before. It would have been like Bigfoot level, but
nope, not at all.
yeah, you did. But...
Nope.
You're like, oh, it's a spider.
Nope, but it's
Ain't
better
never
off.
seen nothing.
Exactly.
I agree, Mr. Haunted Man.
Gantry, give me 1 second. I will be right back.
Okay. It's so quiet now.
Sorry, I was watching a small video on how on a bee sting, found out how they die, like after they sting people. It's gruesome.
Yeah.
The way that they die
Sacrifice.
after stinging.
Bees?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, bees are very noble creatures.
Well, it's not. It's just wanting something really bad. You want it really bad to hurt that person.
You really do.
Yeah.
You're protecting your whole life.
You're a martyr.
Yeah.
If you're a bee and you sting someone, you're a martyr.
Alright, anyway, face spider.
Oh, my.
So, Gantry, you're up. Thank you for your patience.
No problem. I'm gonna say,
So,
thanks, Shay, was it? Thanks for taking the thing off of me.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Could you take care of the rest of that? It's. I'm not liking. I'm not liking how it's looking at me, man.
How does the spider look?
So right now it has two large gouges in their thorax, both bleeding a almost translucent silvery blue blood. It is trying very hard to get up, and it looks very angry. It looks near bloodied. Sorry, I should say that. I use the term bloodied in combat. Bloodied means at half health. That's always what it means. At half health, the creature becomes bloodied. At that point, they might try to run away. They might change their behavior. It's like stage 2 combat. They seemed somewhat bloodied. They seemed nearly there, but not quite.
So they probably have like 11 health.
They look pissed, yeah.
Entry.
I feel like it's not in its nature to. I feel like he wouldn't kill it if it's already hurt.
Climb the wall.
Entry, whack the fuck out of it, man.
Just fall back on.
I don't know. It's looking pretty bad, and it's on its back, so I don't know. It's kind of I will leave it be. I'm not comfortable with the situation here.
So I will say though, at this point, as you're looking around, examining it, you see something in the distance, and then you see a second something in the distance.
There are a lot of them. I think we should leave.
There seems to be, and then you see it. Another bolt of lightning goes across the sky, red flashes across the ground, and for a second, you see something crawling towards you. A large blue spider about the same size as the one that's on its back, crawling directly towards you. And then before the light changes, it disappears as well.
Entry.
Yep, I'm gonna get out of here. And he heads towards the rope.
Doesn't even whack it. Fuck all of y'all. Fuck all of y'all. I'm going up the rope.
He's gonna take his chances with the magic rope.
I love that I forgot my movement, so I now have to wait for all of them to either
get in, come on.
or not.
Gantry, you get up to the rope. In the area you're in, the entire space is only about 4, 5, 6 feet around, so you're easily able to get to the rope and climb up it, and you're basically above the fire, about 8 feet above the fire itself. And as you get to the top of the rope, you're like, how the fuck does this rope, where does this go? And you pull yourself up, and all of a sudden you're like in kind of like a little bubble, an extra dimensional bubble that is completely invisible to the rest of the world, but you can see outside of it. And you're at the top of this little cavern above everyone else. And it's weird, as you step into it, it's like you should be touching them, your feet should be touching them and like knocking into their shoulders, but it's just not.
Hey guys, get up here, it's wicked cool. I shout
trying
down.
to tell them. They do not listen to Dr. Shifties. It is completely
It's like
safe.
Yeah, it's safe until one of those motherfuckers come join us into our little bubble of wonderfulness.
Maybe we
I
can
have
cut the
never
rope when
seen
we all get up
spider
there.
climb rope. I have not even seen tiny spider climb rope.
Shay kind of like sighs and goes, I've seen a lot of shit in my time. I don't trust shit, including rope.
That is a fair
Don't.
assessment. In my 871 years, it is good to be cautious.
You don't have
I
to be a
appreciate
hunter
that.
to know spiders can climb rope.
Well, apparently, even though
It's
I'm
just
not a gamer-
871.
I love it. I love it.
And my character is 9.
And you're both about at the same intelligence.
No, I have
No,
an 18
You
intelligence.
have to, but I bet. I bet the character.
Shay's gonna look over at Dot going, by the way, you look really good for your age. I'm just gonna put it out there.
What do you use to moisturize?
It is the natural elven complexion. It self moisturizes. It's very, very nice being an elf.
Alright,
I
at
bet.
that point, it is the spider's turn. So,
Motherfucker.
this spider will right itself, popping up onto its four legs, popping itself, blood rushing down at it, and it's going to attempt to jump at, let's say,
Probably this.
oh my god, no, she would have forced. She's gonna attempt to jump at Gantry. See Gantry.
We're gonna see if that, we're gonna see if that
pull
spider can climb.
Pull himself up onto it. The spider
Itsy
leaps.
bitsy spider. Will it
I
go
just
to
remembered there's a
slow?
spell called Spider Climb.
Yeah. And there's
No,
also
I'm eyeing
a
it up
ability
as one of
called
mine.
Spider Walker. The spider itself starts crawling up the wall of the burrow that you are in.
You have to climb rope. It is part of it that you climb rope, you dumb fucking spider. See,
It is.
spider does not climb rope.
Spider.
It climbs in front of you. It is nearly pressing against you as it climbs up into the fuck. I need to roll for it to see if it can figure it out.
It has to at least touch the rope.
Oh my god.
18! Fuck.
I love
It
this
rolls a
game
16
so much.
Intelligence. It understands the magic, and it crawls into the extra dimensional space with you, Gary.
Shit.
Shay is just
Can I
kinda, like,
react?
motioning.
Kick him! Kick
I
him!
feel terrible now.
Kick him! Kick him!
Kick him out! No! Kick him!
He bites at you. He's going to attempt to make a weapon attack.
Yes!
So he jumps at you, fangs at the ready, and you, seeing this bloody, gory mess, just jump at you and you kind of freak out. How would you like to freak out and kick the spider out of the way?
Yeah, I would love to freak out with my longsword.
Taking your longsword, you ready it as it jumps towards you, using it almost as a battering ram. You turn it sideways and launch it back as the spider gets launched out of the hole, shooting out of the extra dimensional space, landing back on its back where it landed before. And it sits there, taking
Oh my god.
1 point of bludgeoning damage
Wow.
as it goes prone again.
Oh,
I just
poor
wish-
buddy.
I just whispered to myself, spider did not climb rope.
Fuck,
As
the spider was
you guys-
trying to climb the rope.
No, he climbed the side.
One of you make a perception roll, please.
Do you have a preference for which one? Here, I'll throw my dice in the mix of it. Let's do perception.
Ooh, 21. Good job.
Wait, hold on.
Sorry,
I'm doing that's advantage. That's my bad. I forgot to unclick that.
No problem.
Here, I'll do normal.
Why it starts you.
That was my bad.
It's all good.
Do you want me to just re-roll again?
Yeah, just re-roll. Yeah.
Okay, that's my bad. I totally forgot to check if it was clicked or not.
No problem.
It's really no problem.
Perception.
I couldn't even figure out how to program it, so.
Ooh, that was awful. Than either of the ones.
So you look out and you're like, wow. It's a pretty storm. You know, even with all this craziness with the spiders is attacking and whatnot, the storm is really pretty. It's
I've seen a lot of nice things in my life, and I appreciate a nice storm.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Enjoy the good things in life. Enjoy the good things in life.
All right. Wonderful. We're gonna go on to the next person's storm as the other two spiders move ever so much invisibly closer. Billy, it is your turn. You are behind the fire itself. Seeing what you had just seen, it was weird. You thought spiders could climb ropes. Apparently they don't understand how to do that. You are ready to kick some spider ass. Go at it.
Jay's like, take him out, cowboy. Take him out.
My pride as a hunter has been wounded because I thought better of spiders and I figured they could, farm a simple rope. But since I realized they can't, Billy's gonna move into position and he's actually gonna hold his action for another spider.
I will say the tiles on screen are true length. So if you click on the length thing, it is accurate.
That's so cool.
That's very cool.
To make it accurate so that it
that's so cool.
So you're gonna hold your action? What kind of action are you gonna hold?
I'm holding my action for another spider because I did hear mention that there were multiple, or was that just Gantry who saw that?
They mentioned it. I would say that I think it was Shay that saw it, and that I will say that it was definitely a mentionable that you heard multiple.
Okay, Billy is going to hold a longbow, an arrow in his longbow for another spider that might pop up.
All right. All right, perfect. Item Septus.
I climbed the rope.
You climb the rope? That is your movement.
Yep.
Do you want to do anything else?
Yes. I poke my head out and I fire my crossbow at one of the
Yeah.
So at the one that's down?
Yeah, the one that's closest to me.
Sorry, I was thinking about the ranged prone thing where you're supposed to get disadvantage on a prone enemy.
Oh, yeah.
With a ranged attack.
That makes no sense. I'm right above him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you advantage.
It's an easy target.
Thing because it.
No, don't give me advantage. Just null it out. So
I'll just null it out. Yeah, you don't get disadvantage.
Okay.
Because
just a regular old.
You're like literally within 10 feet of him.
I would have to have severe eye problems.
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
Okay, sorry. 1 second.
You need a roll before I start talking about this whole garden.
Nice, I know. Crossbows are dexterity, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're waiting with bated breath.
Oh, you hit.
You can stop holding your breath.
You hit hard.
Yeah.
Roll for
Ew.
damage.
Hopefully I do some damage.
Crossbows, you never can know.
Ew.
Like I said, what's that, like 4?
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to add my dex.
Plus your dex, yeah.
Okay, 4, yeah.
4. You aim in, shoot into it, the arrow strikes through the thorax again, through the hole that already started, and at this point, it's solid, the hole, and it is not happy. It is flailing on the ground, spewing blood, very much bloodied, but live.
Oh,
Motherfucker.
at least the blood will be nice to study later.
Yeah, sure. If we, all survive this, it'd be great.
Yeah. Life is fleeting.
Life is fleeting. Yeah, sure.
That's creepy.
That is creepy. Billy, you're holding out for a shot at a new spider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Okay.
All right.
Billy didn't
Oh.
respond. I don't know why. Shay, go on.
Okay. So, are we operating that Alex's character is within 5 feet, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that won't happen unless I can actually get a hit at it. So I'm going to line up my short sword and try and get another whack at it.
Alright, go for it. 14, that hits.
Okay, and then because it's within 5 feet of our lovely half-elf water elf, I get sneak attack bonus,
Yes, you
which is I have to read it. Sorry.
do. Oh, no worries. Rogue is crazy.
Beginning at first level, you know how to strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 of damage. So do I just hit it twice?
You hit it with a normal attack and then hit it with an extra d6.
Alright, so that's normal attack. And then I'm going to do another d6. So that's 11.
Okay, so I have an update from Alex. A very large family thing came up. So they are very sorry.
Oh no.
And they said that will not happen again. But that's it.
Can you make it clear we're not mad at them?
No, I am.
Yeah, make it clear that we're not mad.
Clear that it's really fine. It really is, honestly. If any of you ever, just to let you know, if any of you ever can't play, just don't. Or if you're never not feeling about it, just don't. It's perfectly fine. Like, it really is. Play if you want.
Also, tell them that because of their location, I just got a bonus on my attack, so it's much appreciated.
I will.
I was like, "You're helping Shay out. It's fine. You're doing the good work." It just dropped 11 points of damage because of them.
Damn, you just dropped 11 points of damage?
Yep, because we got 6 on the original and then an extra 5 because of the sneak attack.
Isn't
Alright.
it dead?
How would you like to do this?
All right, so Shay was ready. Like, I saw that motherfucker drop down and like lined it up with a short sword, got in their stance, and then just full on grabbed that short sword, stabbed it right in the heart of it, and like with all of their power, like twisted it in there as soon as it got through.
Alright, twisting the dagger, blood spurts, it becomes translucent, and then everything just fades away. It's really weird. The spider just is gone. And you reach down, you reach on your body, and you try to feel the blood, and it's just all gone.
Oh no.
Shay's gonna go like, "What the fuck? That's not fair."
You telling me there's nothing for me to collect?
I am also
That was
upset
gross.
There's no blood.
You know, this is real unprofessional than them spiders for.
Shay's just gonna like look around like, "That's bullshit."
It
Just be looking around.
definitely unsatisfying.
And then as a bonus action, they are going to... What can I do with my bonus action? Wrote it down. I can't find it. Oh, I'm going to hide into the trunk where I kind of have the wood of the trunk kind of like shelter me, so like nothing can kind of like catch me off guard. I'm like hiding behind like a nice like little nook in the trunk.
Yeah.
It's my bonus action.
Roll stealth with advantage.
Okay, I can do that.
Why will you not climb rope?
I was like, 'cause I don't trust that the spider is not gonna get me when I climb up the rope,
But
man.
But if all
I was
of
like,
us are in the space, we can pull rope into space.
It did it.
But we all need to be in space to pull rope into space.
Yeah, but I saw
Gantry's
the
gonna
other
climb
spiders.
down.
All right, so I have 24 in stealth.
24. Yeah, you easily pop in, you get a good feel on it, and you get you actually are able to get 3/4 cover on that sneak on there. So you will be harder to hit with enemies trying to grab you, and you can easily just use your sneak attack.
Sweet, love it.
All right, Gantry, it is up to you. You crawl down. That's only about 10 feet of your movement. What else would you like to do?
Can I look outside?
If you want, you can make a perception check and see if you can notice anything.
I will give it my best shot. No big promises.
Well, that's alright. Everything is
But I will be
and
looking.
dark and dystopian.
Man, I'd kill for some dark vision right about now.
Oh my god.
Wow, nice roll.
So,
Ew.
Oh shit!
You are
so
seeing everything.
You're gonna see some things.
I am looking.
You're like, I
The
am.
world
Whoa.
is staring back at you.
Gantry, what do you see?
My eyes are open.
The darkness stares back inside of you to nothing.
No, we're not doing the
1,000
darkness
miles
staring
stare.
back again.
It's like the old THX sound thing happening, like before movies. Just blah.
Oh, yes.
We literally had.
I want that like
that.
noise to just like pervade the area.
We had a moment like that in the last campaign where they're in like an extra dimensional space and they decided to look at really intensely and it didn't end well. But anyway, so
That was
Gantry-
really bad.
Gantry looks out in space, and that's when you notice it. At the bottom left-hand corner of your vision, right by your feet, you see one. This one's slightly smaller, but right there. You also see another. So I'm going to make them clear on the Roll20 map. Only you, Gantry, see them, but you can point them out to other people. Not giving them advantage on it, but not giving them disadvantage on it either. Just
Come on, Terminator.
Okay, so one is right there, and one is right there. So it's like right,
Okay.
right, kind of in front of you.
Okay, so there's
I will
one.
say
The one
just-
that's closest to us, or the one that's closest to Alex's character, is dead. The
Yes.
one that's further away is still alive.
Yes,
Okay.
This one I will pop away. This one is
Perfect.
still alive. Oh, sorry, I did not
Is
do this.
that there?
No, this is not here. This is just to give you an idea of what the spider looks like.
Oh, that's terrifying. Thank you.
This is what the spider looks like. It's quite spooky.
This is totally justified why Shay is freaking the fuck out of. I don't want that to follow me on the rope.
That's terrifying.
I'm just glad it's not actually that big.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
Yes.
So, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought that was
we
like
were
its mom
dealing with
coming over.
a spider brood mother this
No.
whole time, and that's why I was like, climb the fucking rope, guys. We cannot deal with this spider woman.
Wow.
Oh, that's a
Okay,
high.
Wonderful.
Fuck.
All right. So as you're
Can you
looking,
take it away now, Max?
I guess I can.
Can you make it disappear?
So
Arachnophobia. I'm getting
as you're
strong.
looking at the spider itself, you can kind of see it in your vision. A giant lightning bolt shoots across the ground and strikes directly into. 6, 2. All right, Shay. You feel a sudden burning coming from your chest as a massive red lightning bolt strikes across the sky. It stabs right into your chest, burning and blistering your skin as you get this aroma of just burnt flesh, overwhelming.
Motherfucker!
And then the page shoots down your side, and it feels like a firecracker going off right on your rib cage.
She's
You
going to
take-
touch the trunk so you can see the lightning. This is the scientist in me. You can see the lightning go like down her arm
Nice.
and then into the tree trunk and then out of the tree trunk.
Where your
Like you can see
hand
the entire
is,
path.
It's burnt, and
Dope.
going across from where the lightning hit you to your hand, you can see these. It almost looks like veins, like tanned veins going across your arm, and there is a difference in your skin tone of these lines that are slightly darker, almost charred into your skin. You
So
take
like
10
Shay wears gloves, but where the glove ends, you can see that vein just travel down her arm.
Yes.
You
There's
said
a
10
slight
damage?
burned hole in your glove.
And you said 10 damage.
10
If she has an
damage.
armor class, if she has an armor class of 14, does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so then do I just take 10 off of the hit points?
Yep. You just take 10 off the hit points. That
Okay,
was
that's
a
fine.
completely random event that
That was just
was not expecting to hit.
Shay kind of like looks out
Oh,
towards the ocean.
I will say something before you go on any further. So you look over towards the ocean, and then you feel something, like a slight electrical spark in your fingertips. And then all of a sudden, it's almost like a large wave of adrenaline hits you. And your vision goes slightly, just a fine point, red tinted. You will now
Yes.
deal an extra... Let me just make sure if it's either a D4 or a D8 of damage. Yeah, you deal an extra 1d6 lightning damage. Oh, sorry, no. You deal an extra 1d4 lightning damage to anything you hit until your next short or long rest.
Perfect. I love it.
Nice.
So like Shay, like that lightning goes through her. She sees it go through the trunk, and then kind of looks out into the ocean, and like she sees her vision going red, and then just kind of nods, like it's on, motherfucker.
All right, sounds good. Gantry, you are up. You see this lightning bolt, this red lightning bolt, strike across you, strike Shay, and she looks devastated at first, and then exhilarated next second. And it's kind of you're kind of like down for it. you're ready to fight. You see the spider right next to you. You see a spider down the ways. This one next to you is slightly smaller, and the one that's back furthest away from you is the smallest one. It is maybe about a foot across by a foot high. It looks juvenile, if you could say that about a spider. It's smaller. It's kind of cute in a disturbing kind of way, but it also wants to murder you.
As one does.
What I want to do is take my pike and stab it into sort of the middle of the spider, so it's pinned to the earth.
All right.
Right after she's saying how cute it is.
I want to kill the child.
I literally was like dead. I literally just thought dead things could be cute too, and then I was like,
No.
whoa! I was like, I don't know if I
Ugh.
believe that. I don't know what that says.
That's like Victorian.
Okay, let me see if I did my weapons right.
Ooh, you have a pike.
I think your pike.
I have a
if
pike.
I remember correctly, does
That's not right.
either D10 or D12 damage.
It does
Nice.
D10.
Reach.
It gets an extra
But
D4.
I
in
s-
water.
Okay, I must have done something wrong. I'll just re-roll it.
Believe in you.
Okay, 18 to hit.
18 to hit hits.
And then do I add my strength and proficiency to the attack as well?
You add your strength to the damage, but you add your strength and proficiency to the attack.
So just the strength for the damage.
Yes. It's very hard
Okay.
to remember. I didn't realize it until like 25 games into our session. So,
Okay, so 8 damage, and I'm trying to pin it to the earth.
alright. You stab it into the ground. Make a strength with advantage, please. Just to see if you can actually keep it pinned to the ground. What, Mackenzie? What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry, I just saw Cape Cod Father and.
Oh, you just saw the Cape Cod Father.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Shit,
Cod
23.
Father. Look at me, I'm the
No,
Cod. Oh
it's
my
not
God.
23.
Damn.
It's not
That's a
23. It's
19?
it's 19.
That's a 19? Yeah.
Yeah.
You stab the lance through his thorax, pinning it to the ground. It screeches out, and it looks more likely that it's going to pull off its own thorax than get out of this pin.
Ugh.
It is held down there
And I'm also going
and bloodied.
I'm going to yell out, look, there's one over there, and I point in the direction where I saw the other one.
Pointing at the rest of you guys look towards her hand, and for a split second you see another spider, a very small one, crawling towards you.
And with that, can Billy use his held action to shoot at it?
Yes, you can, or you can also use it at the other spider too, if you would like.
I'm gonna do the one that's further away from me.
Just say, because
Alright.
Shay's going to be able to get that sneak attack on the close one.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say you get to roll with advantage on there. Your arrow was already ready. You are just ready for the shot. Roll with advantage.
Alrighty, here goes.
And when Shay saw Gantry, like, take down that spider, she's going to be like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Alright, so 20 total to hit.
Fuck
Alright,
yeah.
Okay, it's a total. That's on that. Okay. You pull up there, shoot it through, goes right through. Roll for damage.
Did I do that right? Yeah. I don't think I did that right.
I think you,
No.
like, you hit the long bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me try it again here.
There you go.
There we go.
Ooh.
Much better.
You pull
Hello.
back the arrow.
Alright.
It flies through the air. The large aspect of a longbow arrow is kind of fascinating, as it is nearly the size of the spider you're shooting at. It is made abundantly clear when the arrow itself goes completely through the spider, and it falls to the ground dead.
Not even
Body
worth my
goes
time.
down instantly.
One
What?
shot, one kill.
This one does not go invisible.
McCree.
Yeah.
You
I
made
knew.
literally McCree.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just with the bow. So,
One Q.
Andre
You're like-
McCree.
Hello, my name is Matthew Mercer.
Okay,
Anyway,
so the one further away is down?
yeah, that spider instantly dead. Body does not disappear, but I'm gonna flip it over. This spider itself, the one left alive, is going to jump at you, Gantry, as you have it pinned down, so it cannot attempt to jump out. Actually, so it's going to try to get out of your grapple using a strength. It is very much not able to do that. It hisses at you very much menacingly. It's going to. I don't know. I don't think it's close enough to your feet to attempt even a disadvantage attack. Do you?
Just a little nibble on my toes.
I don't think it's even that close. If you think it is, I will roll. But I honestly don't think it is.
Well, I didn't say this, but I meant to say that like I stab in the pike and then I step back, so I'm no longer holding the pike.
Yeah.
It's just in there.
That's kind of what I was imagining in my head. Okay, yeah. So.
Yeah.
It is not able to attack. It hisses at you again. It's going to attempt a second time to get out.
Ooh.
Oh shit! It is able to
Nah.
pop itself out. The pike falls to the ground next to it. It stands up, legs
Does it hurt
wiggling.
itself trying to get out?
It's pathetic, honestly. Like, you're looking at it, it looks
Oh,
barely
jeez.
alive. It's basically got a hole through its chest. There ain't much there left, but it's standing and it looks angry as all hell. But it can't do anything. So,
Oh.
Billy, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
There's one
Billy
spider
being
left in front of you. It is very bloodied and pathetic.
Billy looking around at all the various strong individuals around him and noticing that the other spider that he shot at didn't disappear, he's gonna go and try and pick up its body.
Alright.
I was so
The
bad
one
to
that's
do
dead.
that.
I'm just
Of
gonna
the one that's
use
alive or the one
my
that's dead?
the one that's dead, the one that's furthest away from us is dead. I'm
Okay.
running out into the storm. It's happening.
I will
You're like,
say
fuck it.
that you definitely can get over there in time. You don't need the disengage action. Let me just roll a d100 here.
Oh.
No, you're good. You're able to pick up the body and you start running on back. I'm assuming.
I use my action to get back there.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yep, and I'm done. That's my turn.
Oh, sorry. One second, let me just make sure. Okay. All
Like,
right.
please don't let it reanimate in your arms.
You get the body back, you put it in your bag or wherever you would like it, and as you do that, a large bolt of lightning strikes right at your feet.
Oh damn.
Like 1 point off of a D100 at your feet.
You can smell burning
Yes.
hair from your own head.
It is. The ground is charred behind you, and there is almost a wisping cotton candy-esque pink-red glass structure where the bolt hit. But you are able to get the spider's body back with yourself, and Dr. Idun Septis, you are on deck.
I love the different pronunciations.
It is. That's why I'm just gonna call you Doctor.
What is it actually?
Back off.
It's Yidden, like you're.
Oh,
it's
Yidden.
Like, it's like a Y. But
I was
can't
pronouncing
even
it the
pronounce-
Irish pronunciation.
I can't even pronounce it right, so it doesn't even matter.
You're like fake
I was-
Russian.
I was doing Southern going, I done.
Yeah, you're
I
like.
done.
What? No.
It is
I
like that
done,
though.
you
That
done,
part of
we
the word
done.
is done. It's literally done. Like it's you done. You done yet?
You done.
It's like an accurate.
You done
reference.
It's like nada. Where you're like, it's just nada.
Okay. So
Yeah.
am I close enough over the spider that I can drop down with my spear and
Yeah.
stab it? Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
You're I'll definitely allow it. You're within 10 feet. You
and
can
would-
just walk over a little bit.
Sorry. Spears, would you say strength or finesse? You have to throw them sometimes, so finesse. Probably?
If you throw it, it would be
Uh,
finesse. If you stab it, it's with strength.
Okay.
That's how spears work for the most
I
part.
have to wait for it
They're finesse weapons. That's.
Mm-hmm.
I love dragons. Sorry, that was completely. Oh God.
I fall in the mud.
Yeah,
I was like, don't fall down the rope.
you stab into the spider, but you missed the spider, and it.
I have one of those like moments with the hoe where a farmer runs into the hoe.
Yeah.
And hits them in the face.
Yeah, it's not. It's kind of bad. You still have your bonus action and your movement if you want to do anything. You can.
I look around to see if anyone was watching. And then
It's quite obvious.
It's okay,
everyone
Doc.
around you
Like-
saw it.
Shay saw it, and she's gonna be like, "It's okay, Doc. I appreciate it." While she's still like smoking from getting struck by lightning.
I just wanted to help. You didn't like my rope, so I wanted to.
You're right, Doc. I appreciate you. I know what you're trying to do. I just trying to protect you.
But this character is just turning out to not do anything ever.
Shay, are you all right? You want some? You want some of the holy light on you?
You know what, mate? I could use some light of whatever, as long as I don't have to fucking pay for it, man. I fucking hurt, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was not fun.
That's
I would
my
not recommend
pleasure.
it.
Hey, come here. I hold out my hands.
Oh, you can cast
like
Healing
flat.
Word as a bonus action?
Oh, I thought we weren't in combat.
Are we?
There's still a
in
spider
combat
there.
with
Yeah,
just one
because
more
I
spider.
made
Yeah,
it
Oh.
for
So it might have to wait. I was gonna say, Gantry, I see.
Oh, I thought
Let me take care of this
I
shit.
was dead.
It is like, nearly dead. It is.
Never
barely
mind.
alive.
Ignore everything I said.
It's one of those like, Shay's gonna look like, Gantry, I appreciate you. I will take you up on that in just a second.
All right, Shay, what do you do? Unless you want to do anything else.
well, did you take? Are you like bloodied?
Yes, the spider.
I am.
No, not you.
Yeah, so Shay's hitting at about like 14 hit points right now, out of 24.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on her.
Yeah, nearly bloodied.
Really bloody. I'm not
Almost-
full bloodied, but
Almost as bloodied, as close to bloodied as you could get.
the fucking lightning chose me.
Yep.
I'll see if I hit her. Is that how?
No, you can just use casting a word on her. You don't have to see if it hits her. You don't have to roll it.
You're like, I'm just gonna blindly just wave at her.
Yeah, you're like, shit, I missed. Sorry. I
You weren't
killed
close
that
enough,
spider.
sorry.
God, if you were to hit with healing spells, that would be.
This would be a very short
It
game.
makes sense to me.
I
Honestly.
get what you're saying. It's just.
Okay. You can roll a d4 plus 6.
You can roll it.
Oh, well, I was thinking since she's the one being healed, she should roll it.
You're the one doing the healing.
Oh.
Quick maths.
Yeah, exactly. Quick math.
Going down.
Dude, quick
I
math.
was like, how good are your rolls right now?
Oh my god. Literally though, like quick maths in like how good are your rolls right now?
You can have
are
some
the most
8.
difficult.
You can have some 8 health
Eight?
Some
back.
8? Hey, that's 8/10 of what she took for damage.
Yep. I was like,
That's
so
good.
Shay's gonna
80%
feel like a
of-
warming feeling go over her, and she's gonna go like, thanks, Doc. Knew I kept you around for a reason.
I just got here. You're
Oh,
keeping
boy.
me around already?
Alright, Shay, go right ahead.
All right, let's see. Do I want to blast you or do I want to hack you? That's gonna be the. You know what? I'm gonna use my first action to Eldritch Blast you. 16.
Alright, that hits.
Okay.
Crackling energy leaps from your hand, striking the spider.
Oh yeah, I'm liking the lightning theme here. So we're gonna do the damage, and I get a plus D4 to that because I got touched by the lightning.
Yep.
Alright. So 7 total.
Ooh. Alright.
Am I gonna get another one?
It is nearly dead.
Nearly dead. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
The spider itself.
Oh wait, I have a
fries.
bonus action. Hold on.
You do have a bonus action, yes. The spider
Wait.
fries itself.
Alright, so I zap the fuck out of it, and then with one of my short swords, I'm gonna give it a good... gonna line it up. And see if I hit. 11?
You just barely miss.
No.
I barely missed.
You go to strike it and you're just a little too confident.
I was like, the lightning fucked me up a little bit. I just like...
You're like, it's
Just
so
slightly.
bright in here now. Alright. Gantry, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sneezing.
That's okay. Oh my god,
Where am I?
No pressure. She could miss like the rest.
She could. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly reasonable. Until recently, I started, like, I had, one of my meds was making me, like, it was lowering my immune system to the point where I was, like, sneezing all the time. I literally was sneezing about 20 times a day. Like, literally 20 times a day. I fucking counted. I counted, and it was on average, like, 15 plus times a day. Until I started, like, this allergy nose spray thing. That's pretty much the entire story. I'm just glad that I'm not sneezing every 2 minutes.
It was very
That's
jarring.
good.
It was very jarring. It was quite intense.
And really hard to hold a conversation sometimes.
It ain't easy being sneezy. Alright, it's my corner
That's
joke
for
for the
damn
day.
sure.
I'm gonna take my leave now.
Thank you, that was really good.
That was very
Be here all week.
So Gentry's gonna pick up his pike from where it's lodged in the ground and then stab it at Spider-Man. Again.
Stabbing into the ground.
Woohoo!
Yeah, very much hits.
Yeah!
Alright.
I rolled a 1.
Give me pictures of the spider.
Does
I'll
5
take more.
do it?
It's fine.
That is just enough to get it. You stab into it, and its body goes limp. And underneath your large pike, you're like, oh, it's dead.
Is it disappearing?
It starts to disappear. It gets semi-translucent, but doesn't go fully disappear.
Ooh, bring me that
Ugh,
body.
those things are gross.
Are we?
Hey,
in
that's a
initiative
trophy.
still?
What? You guys are out of initiative.
Does anyone want to see my secret hideout?
Can I bring my dead spider friend up there?
Yes, it is perfect for looting dead bodies. Not that I would know much about that.
Shay's gonna lean up against the trunk and go, give me a second. I'd like to see your secret hideout. Just give me a second.
How you doing, Sparky? You got hit by some lightning there.
You know, it's not the worst Monday morning I've had, I gotta say. It's Friday. It's not a worst
That's
Friday.
what I was about to say.
It's not a worst Friday evening to have. I have to be honest with you there, cowboy.
Anybody know some type of healing? Gantry, you said something about a decrepit temple, right? That goddess give you something?
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
You did. Huh?
No, you go ahead.
What?
Yeah, I can give you a bit of my divine light if that would so please you.
Shay is at 22 out of 24, so it's like just
I
give me a
thought
good night's sleep. Oh, my bad. Maybe. Never mind.
Ronnie, do you need healing?
Nope, Billy's doing just fine.
Oh, okay.
Shay's just kind of like, dusting herself off, going like, I'm alright. I'm alright.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Hey.
Watch. What was your name?
Gantry.
Giltry. Do you consider yourself an effigy?
Well, where I'm from, everybody I know, calls me a robot.
Robot, yes. I do not like that it implies no emotion. But do you have them?
Yeah. I'm right here. I'm talking to you.
Yes.
I am a
very much
person.
so.
I have feelings.
Yes.
Alright, I'm confused enough for one day, and Billy's just gonna start climbing up the rope trick and dissecting the spider.
All right, Billy, make either an investigation or a survival check.
I rolled survival, and that's a 15.
15. All right. You get 2 vials of 2d8 juvenile phase spider venom.
That sounds badass. Alright, cool.
You guys did very good against the spiders. I was a little worried. They did not get many attacks in, which I am glad about. They did a lot of poison damage, as you can see with the 2d8. But yeah, no, you get 2 vials of the 2d8 phase spider venom. Looking around them, there is some meat you can take off of the legs itself. It would probably be similar to crab, but I will say that innately, as you're looking at this poisonous creature and you're thinking about the meat itself, there is some worry there. I will say you can make a nature check to see if the meat itself, if the flesh is poisonous. Otherwise, you will not be sure. 13 total?
Yes,
Shay's
sir.
gonna look at that like, bruv, I would not trust that.
If you cook it proper, if you cook it to like hell, it's like bear meat. Like if you cook that shit, it will be fine. Like, but if you don't cook it, it's not fine, and you will get poisoned. Yeah, you're gonna get spider worms.
I ain't much of a cook. Anybody know how to fry these up?
Shay is gonna, well, cowboy, if you don't mind sharing, I can get that up to proper temperature.
Oh yeah, have at it. I'm more in it for the spider skulls. It'll look good on my mantle.
Alright, so Shay is going to use, gosh, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this spell. It's a cantrip. It's prestidigitation.
Oh yeah, prestidigitation.
And she can light a small campfire to full heat.
There is still the fire in the center of you guys, but it had been, I was about to say, had been starting to go down with everything going around, but you bring it right back up to life.
With her right, it's always the right palm. You see her, and you can see like a little hole from the lightning. You from that right palm, just whoosh.
Yes, do you feel any difference from being struck by magic lightning? Do you think it would be different from a more normal lightning strike?
Shay will kind of like look at her limbs, look at like the lightning that's starting to creep, like the veins like that creep up her arm that you can see the lightning go through. Oh man, it feels like I got struck by fucking lightning.
I bet that had to feel wonderful.
I will
Yeah.
take note of that. Thank you.
And then as soon as that,
And I do actually write that.
it feels like getting struck by fucking lightning.
Accurate.
As soon as that spider's ready, cowboy, I will definitely take a little bit of that off your hands.
Yeah, and after prepping it for a bit, I'll go ahead and hand it over.
Handing over basically a kebab off of a little twig you found somewhere or another. You have some spider meat kebabs. They fry up pretty nicely. They're juicy. They're regularly
Grody.
I will say, taste-wise, they're surprisingly like crab, but they've got like an almost like peppery, spicy note, and you're not sure if that's like the poison.
Wait, like
Or-
the snapping turtle jerky?
Yeah, like the snapping turtle jerky, where there's like a tangy, like
There's a
spicy
terrapin
note.
taste.
Yeah, there's a terrapin taste. And a
A little bit of
arachnid
kick
pod.
to.
Yeah, there's a little of an like odd kick to it, but it's good. It's filling. It's pretty nice. And as you guys are all sitting around the fire, eating your spider jerky and whatnot, getting your legs. I will say from the other spider, if any of you wants to try to collect a poison from the other spider.
I want poison, Sam.
Okay, can you make a investigation or survival?
I'm making an investigation.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
honey.
I'm just
Uh-oh.
getting killed. This happens every time. I want you guys to know.
She does roll kind of bad. As you are going to investigate the spider, you start prying open its exoskeleton to try to get into the leg meat itself and try to get into the poison glands. And then it all goes to shit real
Yeah,
quick.
I burst the poison gland.
You burst the poison glands. The
Oh.
meat is ruined. The entire thing is
Should
ruined.
have paid more attention in my sushi culinary class.
You should have. It is a disappointing specimen for sure. But, it's experience. I will be
Shay's gonna
right
like
back.
flinch away from that.
Well, hell.
Gantry is robot throwing up.
It's just oil.
I really don't know what to say. This doesn't really happen. I'm sorry.
Here, I got a couple vials of the poison from the first spider if you want them.
Oh, well, do you have purposes for them? I don't want to just take.
Not particularly. I don't believe in using poisons. A little dirty.
Yes, they can be useful in developing medicine, though. So don't think they're all evil. But I will take them. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shay's gonna like snort in her kebab. Yeah, medicine. And take another bite out of her spider kebab.
Oh no. Alright, now I'll hand over the 2 vials.
Thank you.
Toby, you're so stupid.
What happened with the dog?
The dog was being stupid. He was just saying that Katie was here and wanted to say hi to her again. It was very funny. He kept trying to leave and then looking back at her
Toby,
like,
she
"Are
just
you
took a
sure?"
nap downstairs, buddy. You need to get over this. Come here.
God, Toby, you're stupid. Alright, sorry. Getting back at it, you get all the legs together. Poisons, that spider's ruined pretty much so, but it's all pretty good. Do any of you take anything else? Any like souvenirs, like spider fur or spider legs or like fangs or?
I dejectedly pull my rope from the sky.
That's reasonable.
And then
Take the
spell.
roll from it. You pull it back into your bag. The spell fades. There's disappointment in the air.
No, it's dejection. It's dejection.
That it is. All right. Anything else?
I think Billy, if the storm ain't too bad, I think he remembered seeing the same red cone thing, I think, in front of him when the lightning struck, and he's definitely a little curious about that.
All right. So, as you guys wait out the storm itself, it relatively soon passes to the point where you feel comfortable enough to leave the alcove itself and start looking around the general area. Looking around the general area, you do find a couple cones. One behind, if you guys can see right back here. There are a couple others in the forest itself. Feel free to look around the map. I didn't put the Shadow of War on the maps because I forgot. But other than that, just look around. It's no problem. I'll put them on later. Really, we're not in a dungeon, so it does not matter.
We got a lot of rose quartz cones.
There are a lot of rose quartz cones around. If you do want to get some
There
samples
seems to
of
be a
the
bunch
oil,
of bodies by the lake.
Yeah, there are some. There's kind of some bodies there. But we're gonna start right off the edge of the lake itself. So all the rest of you are now looking around, trying to find some type of ingredients or whatnot, kind of relaxing after the storm has passed. It's nice afterwards. It's kind of like a very nice calming feeling, and the scent of just kind of like wet rain, like just like passing storm, has filled the air, and it's kind of nice. A break from the humidity, a break from the heat. The night is going on. It at this point is about 1 a.m. So it's fairly into the night, but it's not that late. You're looking all about. Everyone make a perception check.
Perception. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, I wrote that wrong.
I have 14.
14. That is
I rolled
7
amazing.
for Billy and a 22 from Shay. Ken's lord.
Sorry, it lagged.
No, I understand. There it goes. And a
She sees all.
It's my life.
All right, Billy, or sorry, Gantry, you swear almost sounds like a peanut cracking, like that cracking of a shell, and then Shay, you chime in that it's not a cracking of a shell, but like something being cracked inside of a hand. It sounds like a stone being cracked, or like something shattering into a bunch of different pieces, like a almost like a firecracker going off inside of a rock, kind of going off like that, something like that, where it's like it sounds like a small explosion, and it's coming from the northeast, coming up from the hill. Up from the hill where you guys are. So you guys right now are right here. Up the hill will be here. There is a slight hill going up this elevation, and then going across It sounded like it was coming from, yeah, the northeast. Probably out of vision, definitely from a distance, but distinct enough where it didn't sound like a storm. The storm's passed, trees aren't falling or anything anymore, and it sounded like a large crack.
So it's the one closest to the water, not the one that's in the woods.
Yes.
Okay.
It is standard northeast. That's pretty much what I'll always use.
Can I
Just like
Okay.
top north.
can I roll a nature
right east.
or like history check to see if the storm came from that way?
Just like a general, yeah. Roll nature. There was a storm, and you're sure that it came
I swear there was
from
a
a
storm.
direction, and it was bad.
I am proficient in many things, but master of none.
That is quickly apparent.
Shay's gonna kind of look to the water, like kind of one ear to the storm. Be like, you know what? I bet there's some of those cones out there, and it sounds like there might be some fun to be had if anyone would like to join.
Yes, I think that it would be prudent to see if these cones have some sort of catalyst situation going on.
All right. Do you guys go and start investigating up further?
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
Shay's gonna hit the one.
Your characters,
Yeah.
as you feel like it, but I'm just gonna move you guys up here. As you guys are going up the lake, getting closer to, as you guys go up the hill itself, you come to a large plateau with a lake. It becomes very obvious that there is a massive pink cone of braided glass streaking up from the northeast side, similar to where you had heard the sound. There is blood everywhere underneath it. It is a mess, and it is quite striking as you get up there. The scent of iron strikes your face, as well as that of seawater, surprisingly salty from a lake, but it strikes your face. You also see a couple of other cones striking up from the hillside itself that you can see in a couple different areas. You cannot make out where the blood is coming from. All you can see is the start of some type of pinstripe, like white with black pinstripes, pant leg, and then a large auburn sack thrown to the side right on the edge of the lake. The sack itself is maybe 6-7 feet long by 2 or 3 feet wide. Up here, there is a large grouping of bushes that, just from your sight, you can see there is blood running into them. The cone itself is not completely blocking the way to get to the bodies itself, but you will have to step through the blood and kind of walk over the body to get to the other side. There is not a good way other than swimming across the water itself to get there. Yeah, you would have to go like this way over to here, or you have to kind of go through like this way and then step over the body and get over there.
Shay's gonna take all this in and not give a fuck about the bodies. Go,
Yes.
those poor fucks.
Seems
I
like somebody
know.
didn't make it.
Yeah, but I know that oil get me a nice little profit in town. I can just get close enough to it.
Okay, but one second. Do you think it's maybe a ritual? Should we not touch
It looks revolting.
It does.
Very unceremonious for a ritual.
I
Well,
will say
um,
that
I do agree, yes, but there are some smaller religions that delve into the macabre.
it is very macabre and unceremonious.
like, I don't know who's going to be worshiping it. I just know someone's going to be worshiping it, and I know if I can get my hands on that oil, it's going to be a good evening for me and anyone who would like to help me harvest such an oil.
That stuff worthwhile? You seem like you know about it.
I know how to get things in and out of a location. I can make us a nice little profit if you're interested, cowboy.
I'm always down for a few more gold pieces. Why not?
All right.
Do you guys think Valis is that way? You know where all the blood is?
I thought you said phallus. Anyway.
Valis.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, see, I'm not the only one that does it. Max does it.
You see that pink cone over there? You think that's where the phallus is?
So she's going to look at the blood and kind of go.
Pink protrusion.
So she's going to look at the blood and then look at everyone else. She's like, you know what? These motherfuckers are probably trying to take some of that oil themselves. It would not surprise me. They probably got in way over their heads. But they might have just tripped up some of the stuff that we don't have to deal with right now.
Can Billy
I give
attempt
her
to
one
a certain
of my
cause of death?
Erlenmeyer flasks to fill with oil.
All right. So who's going over to the coin? All of you other than Gantry, or all of you and Gantry?
I'm definitely going.
Gantry,
I'm
I'm
done.
asking
Try
you.
to walk in the water past.
Gantry's not stepping in the blood.
Okay. I'm assuming you're probably going to get to like right here, and then just like nah.
Yeah. Oh, slow down. I'm moving him back. He's too
Okay,
close.
That's perfectly fine. Move to
He's
wherever
too
you
close.
want.
That blood hasn't been blessed.
I will say that if you hold down Alt on the keyboard while placing them, they will not lock down onto the grid. Just an FYI. Do not feel free. Feel
Okay.
free to use your movement as much as you want.
Do not feel free.
Do not feel free.
Freedom is not free.
The rest of you go over to the body itself. The body is kind of an odd thing, so I'm gonna make him really large on the map for a second. If anyone wants to see what the body actually looks like, so we're gonna
Sure.
make him into a token layer for a second. He looks like a
Oh.
flat-headed shark, mobster, pretty much. Gold-chained tooth on the side, pinstripe suit, laying down in his own blood. You see underneath the pink cone, there are two legs. Two small human legs that definitely do not belong to the dead gangster right by the cone itself. They do not seem related, other than that the blood is clearly from this gangster. He seems dead. There is a sack to his side over here, quite large. Definitely not like a regular sack of anything. From his wounds, he seems to just be blunt force. There might be a little bit of charring on the sides and whatnot, but it's honestly hard to tell with everything, how it's lacerated and everything. But he seems like he could have died from weather or from some type of natural disaster.
Can I roll a medicine check to see if that's true?
Yeah, of course.
Billy is also immediately concerned about the tiny person next to the monster, so he's gonna go check that out.
The right here.
Yeah.
So, getting over to the sack itself, you start looking through it, and it is just oozing this thin, almost oil-like, green, viscous liquid. It's viscous, yet, like, thin like oil, and it's just, like, pouring out of this sack. The sack itself is barely held open with a thin string that has been almost completely ripped open just barely. If you just like poke your head inside, you can very easily see. Do you look inside? Do you pour it out? What do you do with the sack?
Billy is gonna just kick it over. Like
All
he's not
right.
gonna open it or anything.
Kicking it over, you are glad that you did so, as the sack is quite heavy, about 60 to 80 pounds. Kicking itself, a head pops out of the sack itself. The head itself is the top of a black cloak, and underneath you can see a mask similar to that of an octopus protruding out. I'm going to make that clear too. Let me just fucking click on that layer.
Shay's gonna look at it and go, for traveler's sake. Just kind of like look away, like.
That's not good. So there we go.
Oh shit! Okay.
The top of the robe pops out. The top of his head pops out as well. The sack does not want to really cooperate. As it pops out, you can clearly see the top of some type of, probably a cultist, or at least someone in some type of extreme religious robe. You can see down to their shoulders, but that's it. You can't see past that.
Gantry, do you recognize any religious symbols?
Good question. Does Shay recognize either the mobster or the cultist? Circles that she used to run with.
Roll religion with advantage.
Oh, religion.
Billy also wants to see if he can figure out any correlation. Or, I'm sorry, the mobster.
Oh, the mobster,
Oh,
seeing if
18.
you know anything about that general area.
Can I check the cultist?
I will say Gantry's checking the cultist.
Okay.
Or not Gantry.
So
Shay Billy, if you would like to roll history with advantage, you can on the mobster.
So Shay rolled an 18.
Alright. The cultist itself, it's similar to something you've seen before. In Gurusk, there's a couple of kind of more shadowy cults. They're nothing too extreme. They're more like your standard kind of like give us money cults than some type of like malicious summoning a demon kind of cult. But there's something odd about the mask itself. It reminds you of a creature you've seen in Gurusk, or at least heard of. You know, growing up, that there is such a thing as the palace. And the palace has a royal Illithid family. Illithids are regularly called mind flayers. Where like they eat minds, brains. But the tentacles itself remind you of that, and you swear you've seen that mask before growing up. Looking at it, you're like, you it's hard to remember about it, but there's something about the mask that you've been told before, where you're like, it's on the tip of your tongue, you're thinking about it, and you're like, there's something with the mask. I'm supposed to pick it up, I'm supposed to not pick it up, I'm supposed to turn it sideways. There's something with there, and you're just slightly off from remembering what it was, but that's it. Billy, with your 15, looking at the mobster itself, he doesn't look familiar, but he does, the attire of him seems familiar. The necklace with the tooth, the gold of it, the outfit itself, pinstripes, white with black stripes. It's all familiar to you, and then you remember. There's a family, something you've heard here, moving around here, being in this general area. You had heard from some neighbor over the years, that you don't want to go to Valis because of the slaughter or something or another. You remember the word slaughter, and you remember pinstripes, and then a joke maybe about sleeping with the fishes. Like someone had made a joke kind of casually about it, but it also seemed kind of serious at the same time.
Oh, one of those jokes.
Yes, one of those jokes. That's all you really
Hmm.
recognize from the body itself, but it doesn't look good. Looking at the body, you're like, this is definitely a mobster. This person is definitely affiliated with crime. That's not good.
Billy's going to yoink his shark tooth necklace.
So one of the instructions, or one of the things that Shay remembered, is there's something about the mask if you like touch it or move it a certain way, right?
Yeah, you remember
The
that there's
cultist.
something weird about
There's
the
something
mask
about the
itself.
mask.
Yeah.
So Shay, with both of her leather gloves on, is going to gently take the mask of the dead cultist, and try and slowly just move it back and forth, kind of like feel it of like if something is going to click in place.
So as you start to pull it off, it's weird. It's like heavy, and as you pull it up, you expect it to like come off the face, but it doesn't. Almost like it's like glued on there, or it's strapped onto there. And as you pull it up, it almost opens like a Pez dispenser, dislocating the jaw itself from the skull. It opens
Oh my
up,
god.
and inside you can see that it is a completely hollow body, filled with this green ooze that has been pouring out.
No!
And it is almost a hardened shell on the inside, like a spoon of some sort.
Right.
Shay's gonna like
before you
drop the
yeah.
drop the mask, like step away. Doc, this is your neighborhood. Nope, I'm done, and just like hands up,
All right.
like
I
goes
will
to like
feel-
go to the lake and like to like wash the like whatever the green muck off of her like leather gloves of like, nope, I'm done. I'm done.
Disturbingly difficult to get it all off your gloves.
She's gonna be like, I will stay here as like just like
You're
Lady
just
Macbething it
scrubbing.
of like
You are
out
literally
damn spot.
scrubbing.
out damn spot.
Yes, I would recommend to burn anything that doesn't get all the stuff off. So
Shay looks at her gloves of, nope, I'll keep working on getting this off. It's fine. Fine.
Alright,
You're gonna go investigate the body.
I am going to go.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Make a Arcana check. Do you also take the body the rest of the way out of the sack?
Don't do it.
Do you
Don't take it out of the sack.
do you not take it out of the sack?
Get a 25.
What's in
You
the
take it out of the
box?
sack.
He's just sleeping.
Do you take it out of the sack?
Billy!
Do you take it out of the
Oh,
sack?
me?
Yes.
You got this, Doc.
Oh,
Shay's just gonna be like trying to clean up
What? What is happening?
Are you an
Oh my god! What the hell is that?
Are we on a train?
I thought we were taking off.
I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Right?
Sorry, this might be.
What happened?
I don't even
Nope,
know
I
if
just had an
we're
issue with my
taking
mic.
Oh my god.
It was terrifying.
It sounded like a plane.
It really did sound like an airport.
I'm sorry. I'll collect myself in a second.
Alright. So you take the body out of the bag?
No, I leave it halfway in the bag.
Okay, so you leave it halfway in the bag. You pull up the mask. You see it's a hollow shell. What do you make a 25
I make
on
a
a Arcana?
Oh, yeah, Arcana.
Arcana, alright. Looking at it, yeah, this is a, you've encountered a bug like this before. There is a bug from around where you live, sometimes
I
found
drop
deep
it
in the
immediately.
jungle, that is very, very deadly.
You're
It-
gonna want to back away right now.
Before you do anything, I will say that looking at the body, you can tell the eggs have post-hatched. This body is dead beyond means. There's no eggs in there. It's fine,
Okay.
but
I don't want anyone to panic, but we have some flesh-eating bugs that are in the general vicinity of us right
I appreciate how you said don't panic about flesh-eating bugs.
Yes. It is definitely a panicable offense. I do agree with you, Mr. Hunter, but panicking is not constructive when trying to deal with a situation.
Well, it's all good with me. I have no flesh.
Billy's gonna walk over to the bag, and after taking the necklace off the mobster, he's gonna take a few feet of rope, cut it, and see if he can tie it closed, the bag, and throw it into the lake.
you complete the mobster's ritual. What did you want to do?
I don't believe that there are bugs here at the moment, but it could be a good precaution.
That is not clear.
So Shay is like on the edge of like finally getting the green muck off of her gloves in the lake, and she's looking over at the body. Is that what hatched the shit that started attacking us?
It's a fair assumption.
I will say that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Billy, you made a history check previously on investigating the body of the mobster. Could you make an investigation check too while you were doing that? If you want to.
Yeah, no, sure.
Oh shit!
That's why I was asking, because I was like,
Hey!
you could have just been looking at it, but also I made it kind of sound like I was implying an investigation. So that's a nat 20, right?
Yes.
All right. So looking at his body itself, you looking around the basically shark person, you kind of look around them, and you find a stiletto. It's just a standard dagger, damage wise, but it's shaped like a stiletto. Nice make. You find in one of the hands of the shark folk, you find some type of crushed redstone rock. Sorry, a crushed redstone sandstone rock. And with your...
Like Adobe?
Yeah, like Adobe.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a reddish sandstone rock. Looking at it, with your investigation check, you can actually tell that it is definitely a sending stone. If you know what that is, the magic item.
God.
It seems like they have crushed it inside their hand itself.
Big Brother's listening.
You have found 5 gold. You found his suit itself is actually pretty worthwhile. If you had to guess, at least 20-30 gold if you want to take it. It is covered in blood. It will definitely need some cleaning, but it could be in handy. It's up to you. Looking at his body itself, there are a couple tattoos. You don't recognize most of them, but you do recognize that there is a red triangle that repeats throughout a couple of the tattoos. To a degree where you're like looking at a couple of the tattoos and you're like, this one area is exactly the same on like multiple of them.
If Shay glances over to the mobster, does he look familiar as in any of the thief rings or
Do
less savory folks that she might have run into?
Billy, do you share any of this information with anyone else?
I will share all but the tattoos. Or actually, no, I'll share everything.
All right. As Billy goes to talk about this and this red triangle and whatnot, and about these tattoos that he finds on this shark person, the red triangle strikes with you, Shay.
Okay.
You don't quite know where you remembered it, but you had heard a cousin of some type of gang in Garusk is affiliated in Valis. The gang in Garusk, the cousins of the ones that are associated with the red
God.
triangle.
We're dealing with a multi-region.
You
gang
know,
here.
you know the ones in Garusk are not people to mess with. They are
You don't
like
fuck with. Yep.
no, you're like they're
Shay
gonna
knows.
cut off your hands type of thing,
Yep.
and like
Oh, they definitely know.
it's not a good look. And it's definitely concerning, and you can't quite remember exactly what is there, but you know that this is bad. This is really bad.
She's gonna kind of like look at him and like, dumb fuck. And she's gonna look at the cone. It's like, motherfucker probably had the same goddamn idea. And she's gonna look at the cone and then look at him and make would it be an investigation or like perception check of like why he failed at getting the oil?
I will say,
That be
yeah, you can roll investigation. Roll investigation.
Oh, that's not gonna be a good one.
No, I'm gonna combine it with your Billy's.
Oh wait,
because
I
think
did it with
that-
advantage again. That's my bad.
No, it's okay because you still rolled a 13 initially, and I'm going to count that with Billy's because I did not make that clear.
Oh, okay.
The combined together, as you look at the giant kind of like pillar of or I guess it's kind of like almost like a what's it called? The cone that you could hear the ocean with. It looks like that, but coming out of the ground in glass and pink. With the legs underneath it, you think that this shark person attempted to try to get some of the oil while his friend was underneath the cone itself. And the storm at that point was very intense, and there was a lot of greed in that nature, and that was a quick comeback as a swift blow to the head seemingly kind of killed the shark man relatively quickly. What is concerning is that from where you see the legs are, there is a clear trail of blood going up towards the bush at the northern side, going up towards that area.
So there's a third person.
Almost certainly.
Shay kind of like looks at the trail of blood and sighs. Yeah.
I will say at this point that you have thrown the cultist body in the water, if you're okay with that. You do not find anything on the cultist body that has not been found before.
That's alright.
Alright. Anything else? You throw the body in the water. There is a blood trail trailing northern. Do you guys follow it? What do you do?
Toby, get up. Up. You're okay. Come on.
Toby.
Come here.
Toby, stop it, you silly dog.
You're okay.
Sorry, we'll need to send you dog pics.
Toby is a very anxious boy.
Yes, he is. He's also very.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can see Shay kind of like struggling with the choice of like looking at the blood trail and then looking at the big cone of what she knows is going to be a good score. And she goes, well, you're obviously not going to go anywhere. So let's try and get whatever the fuck might be in this cone. It looks like the damage is done. So might as well, enjoy out of someone else's misfortune. she's gonna try and get some of the good oil out of that cone.
All right. Roll dexterity.
Um,
I'm gonna try to take some of the outside of the cone itself.
Roll dexterity. If
The magic conch.
Magic conch.
so most things I limit to 2 people. Just give you an idea. So if 2 people are harvesting something, that's pretty much the limit I put onto it. Where I put it as for the party to do that, because I'm assuming the party's going to work together with an inventory.
Share.
Yeah.
What was the roll?
Dex. Just straight dex. So that is a 15 for you, Shay.
I should just not
Yes.
roll. Everyone else should just do it for me.
No, Ronnie, I also was thinking of the magic conch shell. I just saw this pop up. That is what I was describing earlier.
As soon as I
as a
said that,
conch
all I
shell.
could think of was no.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay
No.
goes to try and like harvest it, and like the conch just goes no.
Yeah, and you're like,
Magic conch. Could I
Can I have
perhaps
something
have a
to
good
eat?
roll?
alright, so it's 13 on you?
Yes.
Alright, so you are able to. It's difficult. It's almost like melting ice, but made of oil, but also like sometimes you'll crack a little piece off, but then it'll just turn to oil. It's very confusing.
Guys, this is definitely not natural. I can tell you that.
Shay, you do not have nearly the difficulty that you can see that Doc is having. As you're like,
He's gonna look over at Doc.
It's melting. It seems clear to you. You are able to, Shay, you're able to get 2 units of braiding oil, and Doc, you are able to get 1.
Okay.
Right, I will
But I was
add
trying
that.
to collect the crystal itself.
As soon as you collect the crystal, it melts into the oil itself.
Okay.
All right, we have units of braided oil. You said.
That's literally the reason why you didn't understand how it was working. Is that you thought it wasn't melting,
Okay.
Doc.
How much
She's
gold
gonna
did
look
Billy
over
get
at
off that
Doc.
monster again? Sorry to
How much
interrupt.
gold? So it would be 5 gold just straight, and his suit was worth about 20 to 30 if you want to strip him before you throw him into the water.
Yeah,
So
sure,
she's
why
gonna
not?
look over at.
Doc.
She's gonna look over at Doc and be like, "Don't think about it too much. It's gonna sell on the market. Just collect it and get the fuck out."
You think I haven't dealt with dead bodies before?
Oh, I meant the oil, honey. The oil.
Yes, I know the oil will sell. Everything that is not known to the general populace will sell.
Get good shit. Don't worry about it, darling.
Alright, Billy, you strap the suit off of the mobster before pushing him into the water itself. And you feel like you've gained 5 gold, and you could very easily sell this suit for 15, if not 25 gold. Depending on who you get,
You
you know.
keep going lower with the price of the suit.
Sorry, it can go up to 30 gold.
It's the market.
Covered in blood and death and
Silk
viscera.
must be up right
The
now.
stock market crashed
Yeah.
as
Still,
we
you know,
Exactly, stock market crash happened.
No, it's
in
not a
between
crash.
sentences.
It's at an all-time high with silk. You can't sell for anything. But
Right.
You know, if you
Shay will lean over and go, "I can make sure you could get a good price on that. You know, on the deal."
I think I'm
And
gonna watch all the
Why
blood
Why
on
are you
the
stripping
birds.
this dead guy? That's gross.
Hey, I always skin my prey.
Ew!
Regardless, this suit is worth money. I think I need to wash it off first, so...
do you
I
attempt
kinda
to
like
wash it
finger
off
guns.
in the lake?
What was that?
Do you attempt to wash it off in the lake?
Yeah.
She, you could
could you use prestidigitation? It's just sad trying to watch him watch this. Like, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens. It's pretty sad. It's not coming off.
God damn it, Will.
So Shay will see Billy struggling with that. He's gonna go, Cowboy, having a little trouble with that?
Yeah, this stuff seems to be caked on. Must have been dead for a while.
Well, you cut me in on the deal, and I can make sure that's not gonna cause you any kind of trouble.
You talking about one of your little magic doohickeys? Sure, go for it.
Alright, Shay is going to cast oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher the name of it. Prestidigitation. And that is all nice and clean now. Thank you for whoever reminded me that that is an effect that I can do.
It's the least known effect of prestidigitation. Cleanliness.
So with always with her right hand, she's gonna put her hand out towards the suit and kind of like focus for a second, and then like whisper some words under her breath, and now the suit is completely pristinely clean.
The blood itself caked onto the suit itself seems to almost fall off like rain, dropping off of it until it is just completely gone. And the suit stands there like a $25 piece of cash.
Shay, is your other hand injured? Can you not do arcane through it?
She's gonna like look at her hand like, well, you know how some folks are right-handed or left-handed. You know, magic just I like how it feels. She kind of just like stretches her fingers out and then just like shrugs her shoulders and doesn't think much of it.
I know what you mean, and I write that in my notes.
Yes, I am not lying. All right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Do you guys investigate the blood trail?
Yeah, I
She's
want to
gonna,
do that.
yeah. She's gonna sigh and be like, all right, well, let's see who this other poor fuck is. And follows the rest of y'all.
Yeah.
And Billy keeping
I'm going up there.
behind her.
All right, cool. Now that you guys are not
Can we see
blocked by
this
that.
green shit or no?
This green shit, yeah, that's just the blood that was coming out the cultist.
Okay, never mind. I follow the rest of the party.
One of those, don't think about it too much.
Exactly, it's green, but that's because it's green. So going up there,
When
you
are we
see-
gonna end it for tonight?
We were going to end it within 20 minutes, if you're okay with that.
Okay.
Wait, I just want to get past this one section, and then for you guys to meet the one NPC that's going to take you to Valis. Oh god. Oh gosh. I accidentally...
Could we meet him slightly earlier? Is that gonna break everything?
No.
Okay.
I am going to pop it in. I will get it as soon as possible. Sorry, I popped out of the session for a second. So, sitting on a tree, pushed against the back, blood pouring out of his legless legs, there is a human. Red hair, a bogey, a cigarette resting on their knee. What used to be their knee. Sitting there at their side, a handful of sand at their side. And they sit there, pressed against a tree, dead.
Well, that's one hell of a way to go out.
Where are his legs?
I put his cigarette in a sample box.
Right?
I think those were the legs underneath the cone that we were just harvesting out of, if I remember correctly.
Tough
Yeah,
bastard
but-
crawl away from it.
But why
Why?
is he so far away?
Does
It's funny
anyone-
what you'll do when you're a breath away from death. Can't judge.
Alright, let's make short work of this, and Billy's gonna start ripping him apart too.
All right, would you like
Oh
to
my
make an
God.
investigation roll?
Investigation. Oh!
Oh, damn, Billy! 22
You're
nat
so-
20s!
Ooh, my
crap.
clicking fingers on fire. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. So,
Damn!
Billy, you start going through this body, this legless human.
Might as well call him Billy the Kid at this point.
Yeah, right? So you find the
Fuck.
crushed sandstone in his hand. And looking at it, thinking about the past body, it looks exactly the same. It is definitely a sending stone that they've crushed in their hand. Pushing his body against the tree itself and looking through the pockets, you find 14 silver. You find a stiletto remarkably similar to the other person's. And most remarkably, you find a silver revolver. It is completely silver. Like silver. Like oxygen.
Oxidization.
Yes, silver. So when you go through it, you're like, holy crap, and you can feel it almost bend in your hand to a degree as you hold it. And you like go to pop out the cartridge itself, and it doesn't go. And you push on it, but it doesn't go. You will have to make a strength check if you would like to try to open it. And I will also say that, so I need you, before we go any further, to make a strength and a medicine check.
Right, strength and medicine.
Strength and medicine as you've rolled a 20.
I'm gonna roll strength because that's my work stat. So
Okay, now roll medicine.
Oh.
All right. Looking at
yeah, not
his
bad,
body,
not bad.
a man died clearly of not having legs. And looking at the gun, you try to pull off the cartridge, like the revolver part of the revolver, and it won't go. It just like will not push out, no matter what you do.
That
That's
shape.
it.
Spinny thing?
Yeah, the spinny thing.
Okay.
That's it.
Hey, Gantry, you look big and tough. You want to try giving this thing a pull?
Yeah, sorry, I'm falling asleep.
No problem.
What's happening?
Just make one strength roll.
You just need to pull this gun chamber.
Just lie back
apart.
and make a strength roll.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Gantry's a
no.
little tired.
Gantry, you rolled a
That spider
D10.
on
You didn't
top
roll a
of him.
D20.
Oh,
I'm
I have a
holding you
second chance. Okay,
There you go.
12.
Better.
Okay. You're not able to get the silver revolver open, but you do notice as you're trying to pull it open, on the side of the barrel, there is the words Theo carved into it. Pretty elegantly, pretty nicely. But that's it. I will say, wait, we're gonna end it in 1 second. I just want to do this next scene, and then we'll be good. So hearing from up above as you're investigating the silver revolver, you hear a humming. It's almost like musical, to a degree. It's musical. It's a humming, and then there's a strum of a guitar, maybe a banjo. It's kind of like ding 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 ding.
A sitar.
Yeah, a little bit, and it catches you off guard. It has been completely silent after the storm is gone. There's not even been the chirp of a bird, and yet this ding 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 goes through the air, and it kind of catches you off guard, and it comes from up north. Do you guys follow?
Yes. Does Shadow see the inscription, or does Shay see the inscription of the revolver?
Yes.
Yeah. It says Theo.
Shay kind of sees that and wants nothing to do with that revolver.
Do you-
She's like, you should go. Yeah, you know what? I think we should go. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Do you know a Theo?
I think it's like
Sure. Yeah, it's no. Theo.
Okay.
Theo's a person you, maybe avoid. I wouldn't recommend. Just as a person to person. You just see like Shay is just like really agitated of like I do not want to be here right now at all.
As Eden hears this, she throws the fish token into the lake that we were supposed to throw from Nada.
You throw the parchment shaped as a fish into the water. As it hits the water itself, it turns into an actual carp.
No!
It jumps out of the water before flying off into the sky, disappearing relatively quickly.
Well,
The entire time, it looks like a carp. It is very weird to watch a carp rise out of the water and fly off into the sky.
well,
It is extraordinarily surprising.
I believe I have been duped. And maybe have caused some problems.
He's gonna look at the carp, look at the body, look at the revolver. Alright, I'm gonna change that. We need to get the fuck out now.
Yeah,
Now.
we need to leave now.
Okay, do you guys head upwards north?
I start running north.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So,
hauling ass.
all
Shay
of
is
you-
hauling ass.
All of you run north. You get to the next section. As you come down the path itself, you encounter a cart. Hopping on top of the cart, as you are running closer and closer to it, and it is refusing to get out of your way. It is completely blocking the road itself. You see an old woman, maybe 3 feet tall, jump about 11 feet in the air before landing on top of the car itself, pulling a banjo by her side, an umbrella on her other shoulder. She says, "Who the hell are you? You take another step and you'll be dead quicker than you can say holly hand grenade." And that is where we will end it.
Oh, Shay
Round
has
of
feelings.
applause, man. Boy.
All right, well, that was a damn good stream. We'll we will definitely figure out a time tomorrow for a next stream and whatnot, and we'll contact Alex and everything. But that was a very good point to end it. I will send some things in later. Great job, everyone. It's getting late.
Yeah, that was so fun.
I will end it off and whatnot, but that was a
Yeah,
great
it was
time.
really fun. Everyone was working together in a good way.
That was great. I enjoyed every second of that.
I'm glad.
Yeah, seriously, we'll figure out a new time.
Had a great
It'll be
time.
great.